So about a year ago I made the switch to mirrorless from DSLR, and so far I have not looked back. Today I want to go over a few things I like about the switch and a couple things I preferred my DSLR for. What's going on, guys? So last February I decided to make the switch to full frame, and in the process of doing that I also switched to mirrorless. So my first advantage with switching to mirrorless is the constant live view you get on the screen. The difference with DSLR and mirrorless is that with a mirrorless, light comes in through the lens and it directly goes straight to the sensor. So that gives you just constant live view for your exposure. With a DSLR, it has a mirror that flips up, so in order to get live view with that, you have to flip up that mirror. So I find with my mirrorless camera, that constant live view and setting up your exposure is far easier. Another reason I love the switch is because there is no mirror with a mirrorless camera, it's a lot less bulky. It doesn't need the space to flip up, so that really slims the camera down. I keep two mirrorless bodies in my bag, and even with the L brackets on it, noticeably less bulky than my DSLR was. I must say though, I don't see the weight being a big difference. These mirrorless cameras, for being a compact body, they're solid. They weigh quite a bit. I do leave an L bracket on both bodies, but even without the L bracket, they've got some weight to them. The picture quality coming from a DSLR to mirrorless, I find it to be better. The pictures seem more sharp, more vivid. The colors are nice. But with that said, I did switch from a crop sensor DSLR and my mirrorless bodies are full frame. So that probably has a lot to do with it as well. But the picture quality is exceptional. One of my favorite things about the switch is the video capability of the mirrorless camera. When I first bought my mirrorless camera, I had no interest in video. I had no idea I was even buying a camera capable of good video. That was kind of a blessing in disguise because, without that I wouldn't even have started this channel, which I really enjoy doing. I enjoy these videos. That's been a huge plus with switching to mirrorless, is the video side of things. And thanks to my subscribers, these videos are a lot of work and it keeps me going. Also, my mirrorless cameras seem to be better in low light and high ISO performance. One of my favorite things to photograph is the night sky, and these have complemented that really nice compared to my DSLR. My DSLR was fine too. I got good shots with that, but these are definitely a step up from that, and it's made shooting the night sky a lot better. A couple aspects where I feel my DSLR outperformed the mirrorless system is the autofocus. I'm not saying the autofocus is terrible on these, but I feel my DSLR it autofocused a lot quicker. It was more snappy. In lower conditions, these seem to hunt a bit more, but in lower light conditions anyway, I use manual focus most of the time, so it's not a huge issue for me. I'm not sure what's the difference about the autofocus from mirrorless to DSLR. I know it's got something to do with contrast for the mirrorless systems, and it's not as snappy. One thing I found to be like a huge difference coming from a DSLR is the battery life. With my DSLR, I could put a battery in and I could go for at least a week, sometimes longer. I mean, as far as like mirrorless systems go, I think across the board all brands battery life isn't as good, but coming from a DSLR switching to mirrorless, you're gonna go through batteries way quicker. That might have something to do because I shoot video as well, and that drains battery a lot more than just taking photographs. So if you're just taking photographs, maybe you won't notice it as much. I would say at least keep 2 extra batteries in your bag. If you're doing video, I would say at least 5 extra if you're doing video, because I have found I am constantly changing out my batteries on these. But for the most part, I've been very happy with the switch. I feel mirrorless cameras are the future. I think everyone is going to be switching to them in the coming years. I believe DSLRs are a dying thing right now. They still take great photographs. I still think the Nikon D850 is overall the best camera on the market, especially for photography. But I think mirrorless is slowly surpassing them. And with newer technology, all brands are going to be switching to them, and I think DSLRs are going to be dying out. Let me know. Are you switching to mirrorless? Are you interested in switching to mirrorless? Have you switched yet? Are you sticking with DSLR? Let me know below. Thanks for watching the video, guys. See you in the next one.